Yo, what's up guys? My name is The Destruction Gaming. If my sound here is a little off, that means I just came back from school. And it's been a wonderful time. Well, it's been a pretty painful time, but today is a big video in a while. We're ranking every single survivor from rank number 13 to number 1 and the reasons for that. Well, this video is only till August 2018. If you say blah 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 is better than everything, that isn't out yet. I can't just travel to the future and review that and just come back. That would not be possible. So let's get right into today's video. Coming in number 14, yes, I did 13. But there is the 14th place because this guy deserves to be added to the list. Coming up with the number 14, we have the lucky one. Well, the lucky one's the one you start with, and basically, he's this guy. He's the one you start with, doesn't have any abilities at all, only the ability to choose what he gets before chest because he is the lucky one, you know. But why is the lucky one placed so down in the list? You probably ask, but you don't need to ask because this is absolutely the first character. Although this buff that makes him absolutely overpowered in some time, he can get any single item he wants inside of a chest, but what I think this ability is kind of useless because if he's gonna want to be searching for chests every round, how could he be actually breaking the generators? And it puts back the time and makes the hunter more and more powerful. So this ability is kind of quite useless. You can search for a chest at the start of the game for one item, and then just don't go for chests. Go for generators. Then go for chests. And while it does have the escape buff, it's not good at luring and containing the hunter. Well, it's just a plain old guy. And coming in at our number 13th place, this is gonna probably surprise you guys all because you guys all love this character. It is the Adventurer. Why is the Adventurer placing so down the list? Because the Adventurer's item is basically useless. You've seen all the funny moments where people just disguise as small people and they just oversmart the hunter, but that's not always the truth. So the truth is the Adventurer's just gonna stand there and the hunter's just gonna kill them. And yeah, so this guy is very coward. But it does have the shortened amount of trace, and he does break the generators way faster. I gave this character the breaking generators score for 5, but the item score is absolutely 0. So he's out. While coming in at number 12th place, this is a relatively new guy. A relatively new person in the global version, and it is the Priestess. While the Priestess may look overpowered, but it is actually not. Why is it not overpowered, you probably say? First up, why is it not overpowered? First up, the item is very, very inconsistent. By inconsistent, I mean it takes about 2 or 3 seconds to open up that door or that portal. If there is no time, he just swings his keys and it just opens up the door. That'll be much better because at that time the hunter could kill you because in that time the hunter will one-shot you, 2 damage, and it is very, very useless. He does have the weak buff, so she's not gonna overcome pallets and vaults. And he does get healed slower, and break generators slower, and so it is not very good. Well, that's gonna give us the number 11 guy, and that guy is currently not out in the global version. That one is the cowboy. Well, the cowboy may look cool, and he's got a stylish movement in the middle of the screen. He can't do anything. But I mean, can't do anything. First, he has a pretty useless, I would say, item. Why is it useless, you mean? It's got a very, very cool whiplash. Whiplash. Nah, it's not a whiplash. It's a whip. Maybe in lasso is what's up. The lasso, you can use the lasso to hook hunters or survivors towards you. But if you hook a hunter, you automatically gets dragged to the hunter and takes 1 free damage. While you hook on to a survivor, the survivor will be on your back. You will be holding the survivor like the Ripper does and all that stupid things. You can hold the survivor and you will take damage for the survivor. So, and why is this item useless? You probably think this is so overpowered. You can even use this lasso to grab people from balloons and chairs. That's gonna be like a race to save. No. While Hunter knows who you are, he's gonna stand in your way. You take 1 free damage, and the Hunter's gonna hit you 1 more time. Basically, if you use your lasso, you're dead. I'm saying this critically because that's what really happens to me using this character. And it only works with girl characters. While girl characters are in the more side or the less side, are in the more side, but people don't always use that. If you don't use that, even if you hook a survivor on top of you, while the hunter hits you, you two both are gonna be dead. So it's not very, very good. While if you hold a girl character on your back, you're gonna take twice the damage. So you're basically taking the damage for the girl character. That means you're dead, which isn't really good. But if you're not accurate with your lasso, you can hook an engaging a survivor back, so the time could be very, very limited. So the item is not very good. While he does break generators a little bit slower, but he does break generators with girls faster, and he's gonna be good at luring, so he is better than the priestess. With the cowboys down, time for our number 10. The number 10 is one of our starting survivors, and it is the lawyer. I have a stylish skin on. This is not what he looks like. While the lawyer does have a map, that map isn't very good. If you're good enough with the maps, you don't need the map to actually search for the generators. While I'm good at that, I don't even use the map when I use the lawyer. But why is the lawyer better than the cowboy? It's because you do have these the 2 buffs that make the lawyer stronger. Because if you break generators with friends, and if they're close to you, they will be faster and more accurate, more consistent. And you do have that 2 seconds of speed boost when you got hit. While you can make all the survivors last longer, this guy does have the upper one debuff. With this debuff, this guy is basically impossible to contain the hunter in a few seconds. And after the lawyer, we have another relatively new figure. It's still not out in the global version. We have the Perfume Master. I really don't know the name, but it's gonna be called the Perfume Master. Trust me, okay? So why is the Perfume Master better than the lawyer? I say this a lot of times. The Perfume Master is a little weird. The Perfume Master is hard to heal, hard to break generators, but the item is very strong. The item lets you create an illusion, and once you hit the item again, you teleport back to the illusion since you're forgetting all the things you just experienced. Well, this is super useful when you're going up to a hunter. Why, you ask me? Because if you're in some places, you just smash down the board and that guy is in the opposite side. You can use that to teleport to the other side and escape. While if you're on the hospital map, you could go up, create an illusion, jump down with the hunter, and teleport back up. And that's gonna save you like a whole ton of time. And you even have 3 uses. And this is so useful as saving people because you see, if you're going to save the ones on the chair, you can create an illusion, take a hit, teleport back to the illusion, or save that guy first, then teleport back to the illusion. You'll be absolute back to full health. So it's a very useful item, very weak performance, so it comes in at the number 9 place. Coming in at number 8 place is one relatively new, I'd say this is like the 4th time, one very, very young survivor in the global series. It's the Mind's Eye. While the Mind's Eye cannot see colors, since she technically can't see, but she technically can't see colors. While the Mind's Eye is one of the characters, when everyone's making it so she cannot lure and contain the hunters, there's still a big bunch of people that use the Mind's Eye to contain the hunter. How do you know? Because the Mind's Eye can actually see hunters through walls and their movement like an X-ray. That's just so useful that it makes it impossible for a hunter to actually get the Mind's Eye. While it cannot see colors and it can use long distance detectives, that's gonna make the Mind's Eye super good. But the Mind's Eye does have the weakness debuff, so she cannot vault so quickly. That is one downside, but yeah, and he's very, very good at breaking generators at a speed of 130% of the lucky guy. So this make her one of the most greatest survivors of all time. But why is she placed down the number 8 spot? It's down to personal preference. Actually a little bit, because I think the Mind's Eye and the Coordinator are actually tied up. But it's just down to my personal reference because you're freaking blind. You cannot see all these cake skins. There's freaking 3 cake skins and you cannot see them all. What is life? And you cannot see all these colors only if you use your damn ability. And you heard me right. The number 7 spot goes to the Coordinator. The Coordinator being a very, very competitive character, the Coordinator is very cool. He has a signal flare that can be fired at the hunter to blind him for 5 to 8 seconds, depending on if he is actually the Coordinator or not. Well, that item is one of the most useful items in the whole entire game. It is very good. When you go saving somebody or you just got yourself in a jam roly-poly situation, you can fire the gun whenever you want. And maybe you have yourself an 8-second escape time, which is very, very cool. And you have all the things. You can walk faster, you can be stronger, you can flew like 30% less. But one main downside to keep her, why am I so bad at saying him and her, because I'm not from America. The one downside for the coordinator is that if one body flies, she's not going to do any generators for show. She has the most debuffy generator deboost. Wow, I am so good at English. The deboost to about 60% loss, so he's gonna be breaking generators at 40% speed, which is a super slow speed. And yeah, that's basically it for her. While she does have some cool skins, it's easy with all the skins, with this, with that, with this and that, and all the things. But she's placing at number 7. Well, number 6 may be a surprise. You probably expected her to be at the number 1, or at least number 2 place, and it's the Gardener. While the Gardener is very cool, but she can't stop it. The Gardener's item is specifically for breaking chairs, and breaking chairs is a massive thing for the Gardener. If you break all the chairs in the entire map and the killer didn't bring repair, the killer's gonna be absolutely shredded to death. The killer's not gonna kill you guys. You guys just gonna escape from the balloon, escape from the balloon, escape from the balloon. But if you spend your whole round breaking chairs, you cannot do any generators. So the generator process is gonna be very slow. If the generator process is gonna be slow, you can't win. Even if you break all the chairs, there's still 4 chairs down in the basement. Well, she does have all these buffs and breaking generators faster. She is a time waster. I say this very critically, she is an absolute time waster. Coming in at our number 5 place, this is where we get to the really good characters. And we have 5 left. We have the Doctor. Oh, I accidentally exited. We have the Doctor. We have the Thief, we have the Forward, we have the Mercenary, and we have the Mechanic. Coming in at number 5 place is the last one, the Mechanic. Why is she so weak? The Mechanic does have the weakness debuff like all the other guys do, but she can break generators very fast and can actually make a very cool like a little droid to save your other survivors. Well, this droid is basically a lucky one without an item, without a pickup item thing. So basically the Mechanic can duplicate herself into a one live Mechanic, one live little droid. So, if there was 4 Mechanic on the field, that means it's gonna be 1v8. That's gonna be a massive, huge boost. And she does break generators faster, but if somebody is on the chair or damaged, she is gonna break generators slower. And everybody is bit faster. With four Mechanics, it's gonna be really a breeze to break generators if none of you guys have died. Well, you're probably wondering, two of the most unbalanced guys are out there, the Mercenary and Forward. Which one's gonna be the number 4? You guys can guess down in the comment section. Please be pausing this video because I'm gonna reveal it. Well, at number 4, we have the Forward, the number Forward. The Warlord is a very cool guy, and she does have why, dude? He does have a ball. Yeah, a ball. He does have a football and can break people and can use pallets and vault faster and all the other times, but he cannot break generators. He's dead at breaking generators. He can go off from the balloon faster, so he's basically the strong guy in the team, but cannot break generators. The strong but stupid guys. The strong but stupid guy is Chapin. So you probably know now who the number 3 is, the Mercenary. The Mercenary is one of a magnificent character. The Mercenary has a lot of custom features that only he has, like the damage. When he gets damaged by the hunters, he is gonna do some other things. So when he gets hit by the hunters, he's gonna take 20 seconds for him to really take damage. Really take damage. It's actually 15. So, and it's very cool. So the bar slowly fills up. In this time, if you're going down, you can use your ability to dash out of the area, so the hunter cannot find you anymore. And at this time, you can use this time to save your fellow friends and all the other things and all the other dads and all the other goods. But because he's so good, so he cannot break generators because they nerfed him. NetEase nerfed him, and he cannot do generators and are healed slower. But this is a heavily unbalanced guy. And while our number 1 and number 2 place are very a breeze, the number 2 place goes to the Doctor. It's not personal preference, guys. It's the Doctor. You're probably asking, why is the Doctor up here? Because the Doctor's good. The Doctor he has the upper one, the debuff, which she vaults slower and uses pellets slower. But that doesn't make a difference in his number 2 place. Why did I place him so high? Because he is absolutely overpowered at everything. First, he's gonna do everything. How about she contains the hunter? She may have the debuff, but she is an annoy in the hunter's eyes. Why you ask me? You ask me. This is a whole video for you asking me. Why you ask me? Because the Doctor can heal herself whenever she wants. So if he gets damaged, it's very, 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 very common. While she gets damaged, she can just hide behind a pallet or a vault to heal herself, and forcing the hunter to do a move so you can hit him or go around. Wow, you can do this in a multiple process and be good at it, and you can completely heal yourself in the middle of the containing, so you becomes full health again. You can take another piece of damage. And why is he so good? His item is absolute number 1 at this list. While she can infinitely save other teammates, she may be good at breaking generators too, because there is no debuff for her to break any generators. You are surprised, right? You are surprised at the number 1 place we have, and it is the Cliche. It is called Cliche, and that guy is the Thief. You're probably surprised, right? Nobody would ever suspect the thief to be the #1 place. Why? The thief is so good at everything. The thief has the buff, or maybe debuff, as the official guys call them. It's not a debuff anyway. So people will have those things that pop up when you break a generator. I don't know what that's called. Cliche, you know. Yeah. Checks. People will have checks much faster. So he is gonna have at least a 15% boost at breaking generators if you're good at skill checks. While he is very good at luring, he has one of the most overused item in Dead by Daylight, but not that overpowered in Identity 5 item. It's the flashlight. And he may break the chest. He may open the chest faster, containing the hunters a long time. This is one of the most favorites. One of the guys that is the fan favorite and has all the good skins, has all the Gucci's. While look at this, look at this, and it is very, very cool. So here's the end, guys. My name is DL Destruction Gaming. This is a highly opinion-based video. So if you're enjoying this video, please be sure to leave a like. I'm actually the first guy that's done this list, and it took me a while to do. So hope you guys all enjoyed. Peace out.